Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai, and today's video is going to be this adorable little cottage that I have built in the world of Bridechester. At least I think it's called Bridechester, the world that came with Discovery University. And of course I had to make it a college cottage, so I did decorate this for a couple of roommates, about 3 roommates, but if you wanted it for more or for less, feel free to decorate it for whatever you need. And I built it in the neighborhood that is kind of right in between the 2 universities. So if you've never played with the expansion pack or if you've never seen the world, there are 2 universities, one that is for more like sciences and tech, and then one that is more for like English and literature. So there's like 2 neighborhoods that are for each of those universities, and then there's a neighborhood in the middle that has like a pub and it's just a little bit more general. So I decided to build it there so that it can be kind of used however you want. And I really like the way that it turned out. I love the color scheme. I mixed a lot of different packs between like base game, a little bit of Strangerville, and even For Rent came in handy somehow. And yeah, the inside is very like dark academia, and it just kind of looks like it's not a renovated old building, but it's just like gotten a couple of touch-ups done so that it's not completely run down, which I feel like can be fairly common for college housing or university housing. So yeah, I kind of liked how that felt a little bit realistic, and I really adore this little sunroom that I added off to the side, and that's also like on the kind of like entry or in the entryway area. That's also a little bit of a sunroom. So yeah, I really like all of the little details that I got to add. It's definitely not like a bad college housing area, like it's not like really crappy housing, but it is, yeah, it's cute and it's quaint, and I would go to university just to live in a place like this if that was a guarantee. Yeah, it came together I think fairly quickly. I didn't really decorate it too specific to like a personality because it is for like college roommates. And I think also if you like move in and use this as student housing, then you'll also be able to kind of decorate it however you want, and the rooms especially, you can decorate them however you want. And you can also just download this and kind of change up the bedrooms a little bit to be more specific to a family, because I think also like the downstairs open concept wouldn't actually be very common in a house like this. Like this isn't very realistic. I feel like that's something that maybe if this were real life, they would have renovated it so that it was a little bit more open concept to kind of appeal to a younger audience for student housing. So I don't know. I really like realism when I build for the most part. So when I make a build that's maybe a little bit less realistic, I kind of try to find reasons for that. But I do really love this kitchen. It is very small and there isn't like a crazy amount of counter space, but I do love how it turned out, and I like the color scheme like quite a bit. I use the cottage, like I think the fridge is cottage living, and then the stove is the country kitchen kit, which are 2 of like my favorite like packs because I just really love cottagecore, which if you've seen any of my other videos, it's pretty obvious that I adore it. And I was going to try to place some cabinets around here, but they just like weren't really fitting, so I decided to just give it open shelving, and in post-production I clutter them up quite a bit, and I think they look cute, so you'll see that in the screenshots, or of course if you download this. And something that I really love doing is that like book stand from like Realm of Magic, I think, or something. I like to size it down and then hide it in the cabinet so it looks like a recipe book that's open, and I don't know, it always looks really nice. And even though we did technically get kind of like an open recipe book with the Home Chef Hustle kit, the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack or something, I'll never get that pack right on the first try. But anyways, I know that we did get a book stand with that pack, but I find it too modern sometimes, so I do this instead. And the living room is really cute and small, and it's got a really fancy TV, which is pretty nice. I don't think that's a very common thing. And I was also struggling a little bit with the curtains, but I figured it out. I do have like the medium wall height on, so I always hate building with taller wall heights because it kind of like blocks the view a little bit, and it's also just a whole issue with the curtains, but I figured it out and it was nice. And I originally placed that little stool next to the TV but I end up placing a bookshelf there. I think that's the only bookshelf I end up placing in the build. Potentially. I think it is because, yeah, there wasn't a lot of space. It's not a super big house, and I wanted to fit in quite a few skill building items, and like you saw before, I was trying to place a chess table. I ended up putting one in the hallway upstairs, but instead, yeah, down here I put a little ottoman so it can be kind of like a little like study nook, little book reading area. Although I think I forgot to place pillows on there. If not, that would have probably been more comfortable. Your Sims don't really notice anyway. And over here I decided to place a little dining table. It's just also very just open and blank, and there's just not really a lot going on. Yeah, it's really just a color scheme that's the only theme in this house, because everything else is just going to be super basic because it's just college housing, you know? It's not going to be very specific to one style. At the end of the day, all I really cared about was it looking harmonious, so hopefully I accomplished that. And I really like the mix of the dark woods and the light woods. Also the grays, I felt like, yeah, I kept it all fairly neutral. And I also placed that fancy like portrait of a lady over there. Maybe that's like the founder of Brychester, I don't know, something fancy probably. And over here in the sunroom, I decided to make it just a study room. There's a lot of natural light coming in, so in real life at least, that would be really, really cool. And I end up placing the research and debate, like little kind of research computer that came with university. I don't really remember what it's for besides the research and debate skill, but I'm pretty sure there's like more to it. And I placed this easel from the artist studio kit, and I think I also end up placing that like bonsai tree. Yeah, here it is. The just like bonsai tree to get the gardening skill up in case your Sims are into gardening, I don't know. And I think it ends up looking, again, just like really simple, just got a lot of light in. There's 2 seats where you can sit down and do some homework. If your Sim has a laptop, they can also set it there. The rooms also have desks, so like the little dorms have desks, so you don't have to worry about finding table space. There's also like the dining table. And oh yeah, I thought it would be really fun to put in that board game that came with Love Struck that has like the little woohoo thing on it. I don't actually know how the game works, but I thought it was kind of fun and felt very college-y to me. And I'm just working on this little entryway here. I just end up placing an entryway table, like a little hallway table, and a chair. I used a dining chair because it was smaller, wouldn't take up as much space as a regular armchair, and just a little plant. And I think, yeah, in post-production I just end up adding more clutter. But this hallway, it doesn't end up looking the way that I leave it while I'm filming. I really didn't know what to put in here because it's a very just like random space. In post-production, I end up placing a shelf and a bulletin board and just kind of decorate it so that it looks like, I don't know, a place where, I don't know, you can just leave things for your roommates, like mail or something like that. It's just kind of a, just like transit space. And up here, I decided to place a chess table. It's the only place that it would really fit, so it worked perfectly. And it looks really chill. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird space for a chess table. I'm sure that if you were actually trying to play chess, this would be a really annoying area to have the chess table in because people are going to be like walking in and out, and there's also just not a lot of light. It's just a sad little area. But I do guess that's better than nothing, and at least you have the sunroom, so if you wanted to work on your logic skill in a brighter room, you could. And this is going to be the first bedroom that we work on, and this one's going to be a single bedroom. And it's just got like a gray kind of bluey color scheme going on. I kept, again, most things fairly neutral, and in here I placed just a bed, a dresser, a little desk, and I think I actually placed a violin in here too, which is kind of nice. Also a little lamp. I think I end up placing a mirror, and I think potentially in post-production I also place a hamper because the downstairs bathroom, which I furnished both the bathrooms off camera, I do fit in a washer dryer, which is really great. And yeah, I just, again, kept it super, like, no personality because I mostly want you guys to fill it with whatever your student is going to want. And yeah, this one's probably going to be, like, someone cool definitely lives in this room. I think just because of, like, the music vibe, I end up placing that little poster. And I do put picture frames above every single bed, or, like, the 3 beds that I place in this house because I don't know, I just felt it was kind of nice that if you're going away to university, you'd like have photos from your family back home. And yeah, this bedroom, I end up like fitting in 2 beds. I decided to go with this kind of more red pattern theme. It's a little bit cozier and like fits the rest of the house a little bit better. It's a little bit less modern, And yeah, I was able, like, I was surprisingly able, I can speak, I was surprisingly able to fit 2 beds, 2 nightstands, 2 dressers, and 2 desks. So that's really cool. And I also end up putting in a divider so your Sims can get a little bit of privacy in here, which is quite a big win for college students. But yeah, to do that, I also end up just using the desk from Parenthood because it's just a 1-tile desk and it fits really nicely and I really like the style. And I don't really know if the 2 people in here are best friends or not. I hope they are, but I'm so getting ahead of myself when it comes to storylines. But yeah, I hope that they're good friends because it's tight quarters, it's close quarters, but at least they do have kind of like their own little sections. Of course, the one that's next to the bathroom is probably going to be annoyed whenever the one that's not next to the bathroom goes to the washroom in the middle of the night, which I did do kind of a little Jack and Jill here, just to kind of have a little bit more wall space in the hallway and also inside the bathroom, just because it's like just a long and thin bathroom. And I do end up furnishing that post-production, and I do really adore how the bathroom turns out. They're not really a space that I think about too much, but I don't know, something that I do in there where I just kind of place a couple of shelves for clutter and stuff just ends up looking really cute, and I just really like how it turned out. And we are working on the patio now, just this little front yard. There's no backyard, it's just the front yard, which is fair enough, it's a yard. And I end up placing a barbecue, this little telescope, and I do place a couple of planters around as well, and just a lot of green space, which is really nice. Oh yeah, and something that I end up adding, just remembered, is the keg kind of item from Discover University. So your Sims can have some parties here, have a lot of fun, drink some juice or nectar or whatever it is that the Sims call it. And yeah, it looks really nice. It's definitely very classy. I don't know if a regular college student would be able to maintain this space, but we're just gonna pretend. Hopefully one of the students here is is in the gardening major or something, and they're maintaining it pretty nicely. But yeah, this is just a really cute house, and I feel like this is a really fun place for your Sims to hang out. And yeah, it's kind of hard to find. I'm thinking again, like realistically in real life, hang out with college friends, like when one of your friends has a really nice house or apartment, or they just have an area to hang out in that's clean and cute, then that's just a lot of fun. So yeah, I just wanted to create that for these Sims. And it's also kind of nice in The Sims when you don't really have to leave the lot to do stuff. So like you don't have to go to the library, you don't have to go to like find food somewhere. So yeah, I really just wanted this house to provide. But here it is, the final screenshots. So you can see all of the little details that I added in post-production and all of the terrain paint, which I didn't do in the video because sometimes it just deletes. So I knew that I wasn't gonna have time to take the screenshots before. And anyways, yeah, the terrain paint and all the little extra details. I just really love how it turned out. I also had ended up placing a little welcome mat. And here on this table, like I said, a little added clutter. And here is our front hallway, or a downstairs hallway. Like I said, I just added a shelf with a couple of clutter items to make it look a little bit more realistic and lived in. And here's our bathroom, downstairs bathroom, got sink, toilet, and a washer dryer. That is pretty fancy. That is a big win for a college housing situation. And here we have our living room, and I kind of love the fishbowl. I don't know how they're going to keep the fish alive, but hopefully they're not overfeeding it. And yeah, the kitchen turned out so cute. I love the kitchen. Here we have our little dining area and our study nook. This one looks really cute. Hopefully it gets good use, especially with all that natural light coming in. You want to take advantage of that. And our hallway with the chess table and just a couple of pictures around, just to make it feel a little bit nicer. And here we have our first single bedroom. And this one's really chill. It's really neutral. Again, like I didn't add a lot of details except for this bathroom. Oh, I love this bathroom. I actually ended up adding more detail in the bathroom than in any other part of the house. But yeah, I love those 3 robes and the little shelves that I put under them so that it's kind of like they have little designated nooks for their stuff. And here we have our second bedroom, the double bedroom. And I also managed to fit only one hamper in here. So they'll have to share their laundry things, I guess, the laundry chore. But yeah, it's just pretty simple. Again, waiting for you guys to move in and make it your own. But I hope you enjoyed this build as much as I did. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, comment, and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye!